Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Melvo.
It's your boy, Gene P.
Hello, everybody. This is Swerve. Suck up, fat.
All right, I'm going to get right to it. We haven't recorded since a long time ago. I'm going to help y'all out with the recap. What did you guys do for Father's Day, and how was that?
Christ.
Father's Day, long time ago.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Nate. You're a father.
We didn't record since then.
We did Father's Day. We did local down there. What did I do Father's Day? I did, went out to eat. I know for sure. I know that. I checked that box off.
If anything gonna get done, you gonna get that eating done.
You gonna get that eating. You know, food.
We gonna get that eating, man.
We gonna get that food. We gonna get that grub in. If anything can get done, that's gonna get done. We did go out to eat. Went to like an interactive spot that's downtown Orlando. Like it's like an interactive game center spot. Like you go with your family, and there's like lasers and lockout rooms and all sorts of different stuff. So I'm always a big fan of all these virtual games that they have. Sometimes you come in your suit up, put on almost like a headpiece, and shoot aliens, shit like that. There's all sorts of different versions of it in Orlando. So that was pretty dope. And that shit's one hell of a workout, man, because some of it might be like you're running, and before you got to touch one wall and touch the other wall while the counter is going off, and there's lasers and shit like that. But it's pretty dope. That was dope. And then we ended up doing 3 things. We did like 3 things. Oh, and then I caught like a cinematic dinner, like one of those movie dinner things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
As well. So that was about it.
All right.
What about you, sir? What you end up doing?
Father's Day weekend, I didn't do shit. I didn't go to Palm Beach to go see no fathers. I got my father a gift. I got him a hammock.
There we go. There you go, being a good son. It's good to see.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Got him a hammock, and that's
Asian
it.
Dads don't get enough love out here.
They put it on themselves.
They absolutely do.
Nate, your whole Father's Day recap, you didn't say nothing about your own father.
Exactly.
That's why I'm championing them. Exactly. Haitian dad, but like you said, Haitian dads don't get enough love out here, but they do put it on their damn self.
Yeah, they put it on themselves.
You don't owe them nothing. If you feel like giving it, you can do it, but you absolutely do not owe them nothing.
I'm pretty sure in my 39 years of existence, I've gotten him more Christmas gifts than he's gotten me.
Exactly. See, it's rough out here now.
That nigga gave you life. Who cares?
He gonna keep running with that one.
He
right?
gave you the life that keep giving. As long as you alive, it's a gift.
I give that credit to God. That's the real father.
There you go.
There's only one. You can't rebuttal that one. Nigga put God at the top. That's it.
That's it. Well, I mean,
what you have to do?
People put Jesus at the top, which is kind of disrespectful.
Same thing. Jesus is God. Jesus is God.
Jesus humans always
Jesus
use
is
the middleman.
Jesus is the humanly version of God on this planet. He's like his.
It's still kind of odd that we don't directly deal with God, though.
Yeah, that nigga got bigger fish to fry. But he made this human form copy of himself. He gave him down to us.
There's always a middleman. There's always a middleman. The church is the middleman between you and someone else.
Jesus is the middleman.
Jesus is another middleman. Exactly. There's always a middle. We ain't gonna get to the truth till we cut out the middleman. There's always a middleman that
this nigga saying we gotta cut out Jesus.
And that's the first person that gotta go is the middleman.
That's the first thing I gotta go. He keeping prices up for no reason. He telling stories. That's the first job that gotta go. We might need it straight from the source.
Yeah, when budget cutting, that's the first nigga that's getting cut.
Middleman gotta go.
Tell Jesus, hey man, you had a hell of a run. Give him a nice exit package. You know what I'm saying?
You can't get it straight from the source because everybody who claims they've got it straight from the source, nobody knows for sure if they got it from the source. Any nigga could say they got it from the source.
I mean, everybody in the Bible got it from the source. I'm saying that's all the however writers in the back of Bible, 75, something like that. They all got it from the source.
75 different stories. It's just a big compilation.
In a span of like 400 years, whatever it is. So that, it don't make any sense how he stopped talking to people altogether. But
what did you do for Father's Day?
Oh, my Father's Day was amazing, bro. Let me see. We went to... No, first I went shopping. I went shopping to pick up a new outfit since the wife told me we had plans for something. She didn't tell me what it was. So I was going shopping, and she was like, I got that too. Happy Father's Day.
Hey.
So she paid for the shopping. I got me a new scent.
Lovely.
Then I got home, changed, found out where we going. We went to some brunch in Orlando called Pinstripes.
Okay.
I was waiting for Nate to tell me he's been there because every food spot that nigga always tell me.
Some spots if I've heard it out of Sunday, I have been to that one.
But that brunch is a fucking amazing. It's just it's not a black brunch. You know how black people brunch. It's
it's not lit like that, but the food's still good though.
It's a white proper brunch, and the food is good. Options, they got bottomless mimosas. So I had that. Got high the whole weekend. I was feeling good. Everything over the weekend. I didn't have to touch. I didn't have to pay for nothing. I took full advantage, nigga.
Yeah, real princess treatment.
I went to Bath and Body Works, nigga.
And they got some new suds.
Filled up the cart.
And they get some candles,
they had a little Father's Day sale too, so everything was half off and cheaper. So nigga filled that bitch up. Nigga stocked up for a good 6 months.
You see, these are one of the benefits of having a good wife.
Yes, amazing.
Free shit.
Let me see. That was pretty much it. But Father's Day weekend was good this year. I enjoyed it. This was like my best one so far. So I really enjoyed it.
This is your second one, third one?
It's my fourth.
How old is
It's my fourth at least. So we got married in 20. Yeah, this was my. No.
You talking about married? This when Kai was born.
Oh, Kai is 3. And Father's Day was right after his
first birthday.
No, right after his birth.
Oh.
So this is my this is my fourth one.
Okay.
So yeah, fourth or third, something like that, whatever it is.
Niggas not good. Niggas not good at math.
No. Let me see. What about what y'all got into last weekend?
Last weekend? Recent? No, there was another weekend after that. My wife had what was it? Not a family, high school. Her 20th high school reunion, Boynton Beach High School. So I went to her with that for that whole weekend. They had like a formal event on Friday, and then Saturday they had like a meet and greet like at a bar in Lantana, and then on Sunday I think they did like another brunch, but we didn't do the Sunday thing. Sunday we headed back home. It's crazy to go to a high school reunion and see everybody, like look around, and everybody should be pretty much around the same age. They all graduated the same year, so they all should be around 38.
Right.
Man.
White
people really cracking out here. It's horrible. Despicable. Yeah. But the black people, they all still look good. They still got same face. They just a little more swollen. That's all.
Yeah, we get a little bit more. We start to get plumpy. That's about.
Yeah, all the girls look good. A lot of them, like girls, you see their pictures from when they were high school. They was like slim, thick, skinny, and now they like super thick. Same pretty face, maybe prettier face, but
some.
Some.
If they were
for
fine
the
in
most
high
part,
school, they're definitely not as fine as they were now. I'll give you that much. Not the girls.
The face, but I'm saying the face though, for the most part, didn't change on a lot of them. At least the black girls.
Plumpier. They got a little plumpier. They're not high school bad. They're still fine though.
High school bad is crazy as a 38-year-old man.
Speaking subjective. Yeah, subjective.
Yeah, subjective. In high school, we know some people that were top tier bad in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was their peak.
Yeah, but you're thinking with your high school brain though, because right now,
they were fine back then. They were fine. Had they looked like how they did back then, now they would have still been fine. You know, just life.
Okay, I'm trying to give you like a Beyonce. You see, she had that skinny baby face back then. She was fine. Yeah. But you see Beyonce now with the thickness, or even Ashanti. Perfect example. Her with the thickness, it's not the same.
Ashanti now better than she was back then.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can get the plumpness.
She looks better.
Sometimes you get the plumpness and you go the opposite.
But her face might look better back then.
I could name you 5 women right now that got the plumpness.
Beyonce is better now, though.
Beyonce is better now.
Beyonce is better now.
Nia Long is better now. Ashanti is better now.
Body-wise is better now, for sure.
Ashanti body and face now is better now.
I don't know. Ashanti came out of the gate busting, bro. Okay?
I seen Ashanti about 3-4 years.
Even Beyonce was bad early. And she wasn't, to me, Beyonce wasn't even the baddest in the group at one point.
It was always Kelly. Kelly was always the baddest.
Niggas always want to switch it up now.
Bullshit,
niggas always want to switch it up. No, because it might be Kelly, but niggas want to act like they always said it was Kelly. Niggas was not saying it was.
I've always thought Kelly was the one.
You might have thought it. You might have thought it.
Kelly's the one you gotta have to say if it's not Beyonce, because it's something.
Well, we know it's not Michelle. We know it's not Michelle.
Not Michelle. It was the other one.
Oh, those we don't even consider them.
The one that
Latoya Luckett.
Other two. Latoya at one point was looking bad. They were only one album together, right?
Yeah.
Look at the cover of those albums. Latoya was the finest looking one in there, man. I'm telling you.
False.
Oh, go back.
I go back.
Listen,
I go back.
And we already know what's her name didn't get her props, so she did the
Nelly video. Yeah.
Before that, it was all just Beyonce or Latoya. Then we know what she did the Nelly video.
That's what I'm saying. People want to act like they've been saying it was Kelly. They wasn't been saying it. They might have thought it, but they wasn't brave enough to say it.
I've been saying it was Kelly. I don't know what y'all niggas talking about.
Oh, another thing I did this weekend is I signed my son up, and he's doing basketball and soccer. Basically playing during the summer sports and all that. So that's been.
You sound like a proud dad.
One of the sports, another one, you got a long way to go on one of them. You need the fundamentals. It's kind of like, you're like, gosh, gee, so one of them.
They say you should put them in as many sports as possible. Don't try to. They say 13% of kids today drop out of. Is it 13? No, it was
one they gotta want to play sports. That's the
no. They said it was like 70% of kids drop out of sports by the age of 13. Yeah, because they're burnt out from just playing that same sport from the age of 4 all the way till they're 13.
They don't start out as young anymore. At least my kids ain't doing, so it's good he didn't have that aspect. But he's big into soccer, and he wants to do basketball, but the basketball is the one like I'm on. Like he's needing the fundamentals there. So,
nigga got his daddy's handles.
They got his daddy's handles.
Yeah, that nigga gonna need a lot of work, Nate.
Once you get the fundamentals down, though, you'll be good, though. While your peers are trying to do everything.
Who got better handles, Nate or Ralph?
Nate. I'm sure. I haven't played it so long. At my peak, I definitely was better than Ralph.
I think I remember seeing.
Don't get this twisted. I was never trash. I just didn't know I didn't play my position.
You were trash, bro. You were trash.
Yeah, come on. Trash,
well,
trash is.
What is your position?
Here's what it is. I was too tall to be trying to play point guard. I had handles and shit, but I couldn't score. So all I do is bring the ball down and pass. But a big person like me is supposed to be going in, playing down. Back then it was different. So back then you say you're playing big man. in scoring. So I wasn't good at my position.
You was big for nothing.
Big for nothing. So I had handles. I could bring the ball down.
But you couldn't do nothing with the handles.
I could get you assists, nigga. Out here, I was great.
You didn't have no handles like that.
I definitely had handles. Here's the issue: Juno's the other shortest person on the team, and they'll also make him bring it down. So point guard, shooting guard type of thing. But in street ball, there's no need for both of those, really. You know what I'm saying? So and you're not gonna throw it to the nigga that can't really shoot. So it just every now and then I either bring it down or Juno bring it down. But the only difference is Juno might go for the basket.
What do you guys listen? Street ball. There's no point guards, shooting guards. Nigga, we just hooping.
This was organized.
They're not gonna have the big man bringing it down all the time.
Okay, you talking about organized them? Okay,
even when you play in the street ball, you kind of know the big guy ain't gonna be the one bringing it down.
Not all the time, but every once in a while, niggas not going to stop me. If I know how to dribble, I'm taking the ball down.
Exactly, every once in a while. But when you're setting back up and you're playing full court,
Nate didn't know how to dribble, bro. It's okay.
It was never a dribble issue. You know what it is? What it was at the time. I want to say it's practice.
We talking about practice.
We're talking about practice because when you don't practice, you don't get confidence. That's why you have to do the basics first. So it's like once you start learning the basics, then you gain confidence. Versus when you're in the game and then you kind of you might get a little flustered and kind of freeze up and just pass. I didn't have the confidence enough. I didn't have enough practice, enough reps in there. When I get the ball, let me take a shot. Let me say, when I get the ball, I'm always looking, let me make sure I don't screw it up and pass it, assisted someone else. I had plenty of great assists. And don't forget, my my team won the championship that year. We won a chip.
This nigga's Pokai story.
Don't forget.
You got it, Nate. You got it. I don't know how we got onto basketball playing. Oh yeah,
he's talking about his pal championship.
Don't forget my pal league with that chip, Juno. Don't forget.
Yeah, you got that. You got that.
Same thing. I didn't bring that chip home.
You got that.
Yesterday I went to a black brunch. You said you went to a white brunch the other week?
Yeah.
I went to a black one. It was literally like a nightclub in the daytime. It was actually two of them. We went to 7th and Grove.
Uh-huh.
And that place was packed, way more packed than when we went there for my birthday. Super packed. But they had a buffet. Food started running out. They didn't run out of crab legs though. They had plenty of crab legs, but they ran out of the chicken and all the other shit they started running out of. Bottles took forever to come to the table, but when they got there, they was coming. Pause. Yeah. Then we left 7th and Grove. We went across the street to a club called Flex. I guess they do brunch over there too, but their shit is really like a nightclub. Packed. I'm like, how is it 4:00 in the afternoon? The whole city is in this building.
That's how Beyond Brunch used to be when it was at Cafe Iguanas.
That shit's crazy. I'm like, how the hell y'all wake? This is really a thing now. People waking up in the middle of the day and liquored up. Shots.
It's a good vibe though, especially if they let out at 3:00 when the sun is out.
Yeah, I don't know what time they let.
You forget it's daytime until you go outside and you see all the lights and the sun out.
We walk in. It's like after you leave, we walk in to go find some pizza. But it's just like we would be doing at nighttime,
it's
drunk.
Perfect. And then you just
except for it's daytime. Yeah, by the time I got home, I was like, shit, I can catch me something on Netflix.
Yeah, wind down and still be up for work in the morning.
Yep.
Brunch is one of the best ideas.
I agree. What about you, man? What you been up to last week?
We're still doing what we're up to?
It's been a long time. We've been a long time, Kyle. It's been a long time.
I know y'all sabotaged my art. Y'all stepped on my Wayne release. I was trying to bring something new to the audience.
What you mean the Wayne release?
we had that Wayne album that got killed on the internet, and y'all listened to it. We all were supposed to give our review on it, which we ended up not getting around to doing that.
We did that.
We did that.
We did the Rain review, and we made the playlist.
And we put it on
but we were supposed to go on Monday, and we didn't get to go on Monday. And
after you made the playlist, we never talked about the playlist.
We never talked about playlist, and we never posted it on the.
We did
the
post
website.
it. It's in this last episode show notes.
The link for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't speak about it on the.
We didn't speak about it because we told the people we were going to make the playlist. We made it, and now this is our episode to speak on it. It's just been a long time.
I haven't heard from y'all in so long.
The playlist was trash.
Was the playlist trash or was
the playlist was super trash?
The order. Juno told maybe the sequence it and only then told me to go back and.
Well, the playlist was 12 tracks, 4 tracks from each of us. I obviously picked the 4 best tracks.
I can't say.
And those are all at the end. Whoever picked those shits at the beginning, that fucking old ass Wayne. I'm like, come on now. The people don't want
to. We just know that's why you're not a Wayne fan.
Exactly.
That's not okay. But I'm just saying.
Nigga said Block is hot Wayne.
Not the Block. There was a track on there. Let's go back and look at the podcast.
Listen to it. I know Juno knows this
because the people might not know.
If you're a Wayne fan, you appreciate
grown man.
Grown man, there you go. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh Lord, you don't know about that Weezy.
Exactly. Listen, I love Wayne. If you're trying to make a playlist,
you love new Wayne.
No,
you love Wayne. You would have shown no disrespect.
I like the Block is hot though. I like the Block is hot. If I'm making a playlist, I might put the Block is hot on there.
I might. That's
and that would probably be one of the first. That would probably be one of the first. That would probably be one of the first tracks. The Block is hot. Okay,
should be in there. Don't say it's not a bad record. It's a fire New Orleans record. It's just how he started, and you get his progression. He was never trash. So I don't know. To me, it's dope. It's not the Wayne that we got by the time he's overdoing when he's double metaphored up by that time up. But early Wayne is just as fire. It belongs in his catalog. And if we're trying to show people his progression, show people that needs to be in there.
I'm just saying there is a playlist made. And there's a certain portion of the playlist that was better than another portion of the playlist.
The playlist would have been better if it was Juno's fault they got sabotaged.
And it was
because we're gonna add features in there. And Juno
you said you wanted to make another one with features.
Yeah, that was Juno's idea.
And even
the
then,
one didn't have no feature. It was just be whatever you want. So it's just gonna be all.
Y'all still would have picked trash. Y'all don't know. Y'all might know good music, but y'all don't know how to put together a good playlist. That's the issue.
That was the whole issue. We didn't do the playlist. We just picked the songs. It could have got sequence afterwards. You guys could have picked the sequence. Okay. I'm not standing up for the sequencing, but I'm just saying, that none of those tracks.
Well, maybe it was the sequencing then, because we should have. It should have been. It should have been a chronicle.
Didn't I tell you to give it to a DJ and say how should these songs be played?
That's too much.
It's a little.
That's too much.
For the free sequence fans, they actually that's a little too damn much. Maybe if I could
even the sequencing from oldest to newest would have been fine. Yeah. But even that wasn't a thing.
I don't know if it came out as good like that because now we're kind of jumping around.
No, it's not jumping around. His voice would have transitioned over to what it sounds like now. Because them old Wayne tracks, he sounds like a whole different guy compared to new Wayne.
This sounds all like what I told y'all in the group chat.
Well, I'm not the one that made the playlist.
I just made the playlist.
I'm just the guy to tell you that the playlist is trash.
Here's the thing. Here's the good thing about the playlist. We can always resequence it in real time. If it's on the pod, we'll post it online. The fans can listen to it. But anytime we do like a music thing, I'd like this kind of have make a playlist to go with it that the fans can also dial in and listen to and have an idea of it. But I don't know how you said grown man then. As far as what I know, the tracks that I pick on there.
Y'all didn't even put Birdman Jr. on there.
You had a choice to pick songs.
I understand because I knew
you chose a song.
Listen, I purposely went to the new Wayne because I knew y'all was gonna pick the classic old Wayne. But y'all went to an album and didn't even pick Birdman Jr. from that classic album.
So, what is your favorite track on our Wayne playlist? That's absurd. The Wayne
obviously one of mine. I'm gonna have to say.
Because when I heard the hose, that shit that
gives you that nostalgic feeling. My favorite.
These are just some fire music.
My favorite Wayne track pretty much is Hustler Music. and that was on here.
It's a classic.
Those are three of his best verses.
It's a classic. Juno, I'm gonna say when I heard that, what surprised me was, let me see, I Miss My Dog is a banger. That's nostalgic.
I Miss My Dog is a banger, but it doesn't belong on a playlist that you're trying to a short 12.
Yeah, sometimes
song
you gotta
playlist.
let people know the era. That's like if The Rock broke up and you give him saying it's.
And I was thinking, that's why. And I was thinking,
like Grown Man. What was Grown? Let me go back.
I was thinking y'all wasn't gonna put no like slow songs on there, so I was like, let me put Perfect Strangers on there.
Perfect Strangers is dope. I might have to go with Hose. Hose might have been the best song on there.
Nah.
If anyone had that
nah.
Yeah, if that's not on there, is it?
No, it's not. See,
if that had y'all would have fucked up the whole play.
Y'all niggas is trash.
But Hose is the next biggest. Another vibe.
Can I do my recommendation right now? I recommend the listeners do not listen to that trash ass podcast. Wayne Pack that Nick created.
You can always go reorganize it how you want. Like, you have access to the playlist. Have access to it. You can always reorganize it. But to me, those are fire Wayne tracks.
You sent the Spotify one. I'm trying to find the Apple Music one.
It should still be in that same order. Either way, let's get on these absurdities, man.
All right,
what you got?
I had a question of the week, right?
Shoot.
Do you think anyone else on this planet would love you as much as your parents?
Possibly.
Your spouse, your children.
This question is a loaded question because I know people
love you differently.
Yeah, and I know people who didn't get love from their parents.
Yeah, but there's some fucked up parents out there.
Take out. I'm talking just regular family. No, I don't want to hear about outliers like this person had a step parent, this person that blah 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 blah. No, we just talking about just regular family. Kids.
So your children, your parents. You said what was the question?
Do you think anyone else would love you more than your parents?
Parents would. In your family or
your children and probably your spouse?
No. Go ahead, Swerve. What you saying?
Because it has to be you're saying out of your family, not just a stranger. Does anybody else in my family? Would anybody else in my family love me as much as my parents do? That's the question.
On the whole planet.
Planet? Okay.
Anybody?
Let me think.
If there's anyone that could, I'm gonna say it's about your children, your spouse.
No, I think
your siblings.
I think someone outside of your family could easily learn to love you more than your parents might.
That's why I say spouse, but the person would have to learn.
Because I think Juno's assuming that all parents love their children.
Not only that,
I'm not talking about the outliers. You're talking about outliers where people.
It's not even outliers. I think there's a lot. It's not even the outliers. I don't think it's a small amount. I think there's a lot of parents who don't love their parent. They might love their kids, but not to the point that someone else might not love them more. Like you could meet a boyfriend that ends up being your husband for 50 years or your wife for 50 years that ends up loving you more than your parents do.
Yeah. I don't. That's the part I don't think you're entertaining.
Let me make my argument.
Go ahead. Let me hear your argument.
Jeffrey Dahmer's mom loved him.
Okay.
Yeah, you got moms.
Okay, listen. A parent loving the kid is unconditional. That means no matter what that kid do, that parent is gonna love that kid.
Yeah.
No matter what, he could kill his uncles, kill his aunties, kill his grandparents. That parent is still gonna love that kid unconditionally.
Yeah, that the term is unconditional. I don't mean the love is unconditional. That's just the word. I mean it's an actual thing. Everything has
I'm
conditions.
just telling you're gonna love the kid.
It's not. It's you're saying it's circumstantial.
I'm telling you,
You're programmed to love the kid more, but there's the person that decides to love you, that chooses to love you. There's no limit to how much love they can show you.
Okay. Do you think you love your wife more than her dad loves her?
I think.
Yeah, most likely because
I think that's very possible.
We both would kill for her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was really take it there. Like that's his daughter, but that doesn't with my wife now. One of us would get bodied over. I don't think he'd take it there. He'd get bodied trying to take my.
Okay,
I'm more possessive.
I think.
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Right,
I don't think you would be more likely to get bodied.
Yeah.
You'd be more likely to get bodied over her than he would.
Now,
and you're not the father.
Now listen, right?
Yeah.
Do you think your wife loves you more than your mom loves you?
Probably not, but your love is not going to be the same.
Don't just probably not and slide it by.
And now you're changing it from a mother's love to a father's love. That's definitely different.
It don't matter.
I think it does matter.
It from man's love also to woman's love. We already told you.
I'm asking you that question. Do you think your wife loves you more than your actual mother does?
I don't think so.
To some extent.
I don't think so.
To some extent. Here's the thing: your parents don't really know you.
And that's why it's probably easier for a
friend. Your parents know you from a parent's relationship. They don't know you as a friend.
That's why I'm telling you that love is stronger than
it's not.
Friendship.
That's just obligation. That's why if you got it's like with our parents. We have the parents.
Nate, answer the question. Do your wife love you as much as your mom, or more than your mom?
I wouldn't say as much as mom.
Maybe it's a yes or no, nigga.
I think that question is no. I think that's easy.
I would say no. I would say probably no, but it's a hard thing to say.
I don't think it's hard at all. That's pretty easy.
It's not. It's
very easy.
It's easy.
Because mothers love their kids. Haitian mothers and their boys. Come on,
Nate.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. But that just I don't know. It's a strange dynamic.
It's not.
It's not.
It's a strange dynamic because you got Haitian mothers and their boys, but then you have the Haitian mothers and the Haitian dads. They were saying my dad's still dropping kids. Still, my mom is that I still got younger siblings. There's a different type of love.
Nate, this question.
Yeah, but those siblings you're talking about, their mothers love them. Their mothers love them unconditionally. Your mom might not love them.
My mom loves them too.
The other kids.
Yeah.
You see?
Cool. Yeah.
You see that? You see how that love? You see how that? Yeah, they don't make them like that no more.
That type of love he got locked down. You can't tell me that's different. My mom will throw me under the bus for my pops. See, that's what I'm telling you. The spouse can be outloved by the
What kind of throw under the bus? You mean like if it was like a murder and somebody had to take the fall?
No, I don't know if it should go to that extent.
Who would she throw under if she had to pick?
I don't know what
she'd probably throw him under because of you haven't done no dirt to her. All you are is a loving child.
We're just assuming that, but anytime there's dirt and the person sticks around, they're sticking around for a reason. We don't like to say it, but there's still something there.
Listen.
Very much could be the collateral damage.
Y'all niggas can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so that came up with my wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at her, I said, I don't love you more than your dad loved you. So, and she was like, yeah, you're right.
That's possible because some dads really love it. But I'm telling you, I know dads, and you might say that statement, and you'd probably be wrong. There's a lot of dads who don't really care.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the normal tradition, not the fucked up people with mental health problems, bro.
I can't say the dad loves their daughter more than the husband, man. If you
love
him as much as the husband,
you crazy.
You don't know what if the dad
is gonna be more in
so
love
Nate,
with the husband.
Do you think there's a guy out there that's gonna love your daughter more than you love your daughter?
Yeah, because he's gonna come and take my job. That's what they prove. If that nigga loved you more, he would have been doing the job I'm doing. Every time you're paying your girl's bills or doing extra, her dad's not doing it because you stepped up and did it.
That has
If he
nothing to do with
loved you
love.
more, he would prove it.
That's obligation.
No, if he loved you more, he would make you, he'd get you out the way.
Yeah, but listen, that's not how that works. You can't.
A man shows his love by act of service, right?
We're here to procreate. We're here to procreate and create families. You can't procreate and create a family with your dad.
This is true, but if he sells a boy there, he'll have did extra. Even if it was a bill, it'll have to be procreate. It could be like anytime you having to step up this, that, and the third. It's like they fall back.
Man, you just convoluted this shit so much, talking about a whole bunch of dumb shit.
How? You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I just think the numbers that y'all talking about is kind of off.
The roles are kind of,
and I think the level of love that you guys think that people have for their daughters and their sons might be a little off too.
I'm not saying that. I think Juno just thinks it's going to be a given. I'm like, no, there's cases where people love their spouse more than their children. It's probably more common where people, especially women, where they love their children more than their spouse. But there's cases where the spouses, they love each other more than their children. That happens.
Well, I don't have a kid, so I'm gonna ask Juno, since Juno's the one with the most recent kid right now. Who do you love more, your son or your wife?
My wife. I've known her longer. I'm just meeting this nigga.
Yeah, he's still new here.
He's still new here.
But why you don't think it makes sense the other way? Because you're always gonna know her longer.
Yeah.
So why you don't think it makes sense the other way?
I'll love my once she's unable to reproduce, then
he's gonna love her a little less. She's on a sunset clause.
Then the kids get the more love.
Okay, I got you. Because they can make grandkids.
Yeah, and she's done for, so.
Oh, okay, I got you. It makes sense. I got you. Perfect sense. Perfect sense.
It is what it is.
Oh, here. I don't know the question. Would you guys ever? Here's the thing I was thinking. Would this be a smart plan? Like if every black family would adopt a white kid,
and do what with them? Enslave them?
No, man. Why would you enslave them? You're basically raising an ally.
No, it's called get back, one at a time.
No, we're not in the business of hurting fucking kids.
Get back, one at a time.
This is now. Since we're always saying white folks don't know any better than our culture, or they can't say that. Now we're raising one of them amongst us. Each time you're having a more ally, it's almost like you have a more worldview that becomes more popular thing.
We're just creating more black people. We're creating more.
What do you mean?
White black people. They're just the same cycle, cycle of trauma that your parents passed on to you. Now we're gonna pass it on to these white kids now.
No, they still gonna have.
Now you said every black family. I understand if you said a certain class of black families.
Yeah, like Uncle Phil and them. Not.
No. It'd have to be a thing where one, if you wanted to have it, I'm sure they'd step in if all these black families started adopting white kids.
It depends on what kind of because if you have a black family like Uncle Phil and them, you might as well say they're raised in a white family.
Exactly,
because they're not experiencing the regular black experience.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't have to. No matter what class you're in America, you're gonna have the black experience. It's just different class. There's still a class system in America.
You're gonna have a black experience.
Yeah,
not every. We're a spectrum, so every black experience is not the same. You can't say the black experience.
Exactly. Yeah. You're gonna have a black experience on the sense spectrum.
You're gonna have an experience where you're gonna realize, hey, I'm black. Things are not always gonna add up the way that they're supposed to add up, but it might be different being raised in Chicago or being raised in Bel Air.
Yeah.
You can't just let these Chicago niggas adopt these white kids.
Nah,
you should though. One that you would already see they'll start passing better laws because it'd be affecting other white kids as well. So like two, you'd be raising an ally, and just over time you'd be having all these different people in the culture that are kind of the culture around said culture.
So
you're assuming that the white folks is gonna see these white kids in the neighborhood and be like, "Hey, we need to better the things in this neighborhood for these white kids."
And if
But
they don't, then they'll be raised with us. That's another
exactly,
culture.
I'm thinking
If
they're
they
gonna
do,
look at it that way.
There's only an upside if they start changing because they're there. Because the white kids, that's an upside. If they don't, that right kid's brought up with us. We have another one that's brought up along with us. That's more of an ally through struggle.
The only upside is that
trying to manipulate white people. That's what.
That's what it is. You just trying to darken their race. That's what you're trying to do.
But you could
you trying to lighten our race. You trying to lighten our race and darken their race. That's what you're trying to do.
Here's what I was trying to do. And I'm trying to say when I'm looking when I'm looking online, when they be talking about this is like a great the grand CIA plan. There's all these different class divisions and all that. And I'm like, what could the black class do to next us to propel itself, elevate itself outside of that? Already having an ally already baked in.
Nate, listen, Nate. Let me tell you why this doesn't work, right?
Go ahead.
Because when you say ally, you're talking about the white kids that have been adopted, being adults and grown, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I know where you're going with this.
When those kids in that population grow up, who do you think they're reproducing with? You think they're not they're gonna reproduce with black people. Mm-hmm. And then that kills your whole thing, because now it's a whole bunch of mulattoes.
They might, but they're already gonna be in a position of their white. It's still their access is what is gonna help them. Their position. If their access is
our access. Once they pick sides and they pick the black side. Their access is our access.
They'd still be, let's say.
Nate don't really understand how shit works.
I don't know how you guys not understanding this. It's no different than, it's like you're literally, once a person, Nate, wherever they come from, you still become an adult.
You're acting like there's not already poor white people.
Yeah, but they're not raised by black folks.
What would have made the difference between a white,
you have the black cultural experience, raised in the black household? You don't have the black fear. It's all different. When you're separated, what gave me this idea is because people that aren't mixed with each other have another.
You trying to recruit more niggas?
I don't think.
In a way, you know that.
So Nate, do you think that white people that are raised around black people can't be racist?
No, that's not true. They're probably less likely to be racist. I
feel like no matter who you're around, once you learn of your privilege, you're going to use it to your advantage.
But here's a different thing. Okay, like for example, that kind of speaking, like we'll go right into a segue on that. This past week with Mexican OT, he got online. It caused a bit of an uproar. It was all on Twitter where they were asking him about how he says the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at an interview and he kind of looked around. Yeah, he's like I grew up around these people. I fought and bled for these people. So I use the word. Yeah, I felt like I went. It's like I went to the jungle and I killed that ape. Basically I killed and I can wear this. Saying. And he looked around and he said, yeah, I said the word and what's anyone gonna do about it? So that kind of caused like an uproar online. And I always thought, I was like, first thing I did on Twitter, I was like, I don't see the big deal. I was like, if you're not from the metropolitan areas, you're not gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because lots of black folks saying, "Oh, these Spanish people shouldn't be saying." I was like, I used to think the same thing growing up in Florida, but until you go to like Miami, New York, Philly, big metro areas, black folks aren't the only ones that say nigga in those areas. In those areas, you'll find Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, you'll even find Arabs and shit. If it's the hood and it's a poor white folk and in the hood, you might find a white person also saying nigga. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? Sit there and try to fight over words every time you hear it outside? No, I was like, the role is when in Rome, do as the Romans do. In those areas, it applies. It doesn't apply, but in your areas, maybe white folks can't say that. Then you could raise a stink or something like that. But this whole no, they can't say it anywhere. Y'all goddamn tethers out here giving passes. Like y'all niggas still living in a segregated world. Y'all don't really understand the nuances of relationships and stuff like that, because the masses live in a segregated world. You know what I'm saying? So we're letting people that don't interact with people at all make policy for us that are mixy.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's the power of the internet. Everybody has their a voice, but they're not really in the mix of what's going on.
Exactly. And the people that aren't experiencing the most be the loudest. I like, y'all don't even interact with these people like that. You know what I'm saying? So that the shit is crazy, but and
they don't know anybody who says it. That's why they're saying, nah, you can't say it. But then, just like Mexican OT says, what are you going to do about it? If you hear it in front of you, what are you going to do about it? Me, I'm the type, I don't care. Just because I'm from those areas. Yeah. I know when it's a threatening nigga and then when it's I can take it in context. Like I know the context when I hear it. But if somebody
said, what's the problem? We're not using the ER.
Yeah, exactly. They're not using the ER. When I hear the ER, I know a when I hear it.
Well, see, when we grew up in the hood, Lantana, y'all were the first side give the Chicos the pass to give the nigga period. And
it wasn't no giving the pass. They was running shit. Who's gonna stop them?
Well, on our side, they were still very Mexican-ish. So they weren't using niggas. You know what I'm saying? They're still using Vato and Ese and all that. They're still LA Chicos. It's kind of crazy that Lakewood would have both sides, right? The New York side Chico, the New Yorkers. And they're using the thing. I remember going to that side wondering, I was like, well, what was this? How these Spanish folks use a nigga like that? But what are you gonna do fighting over? Even when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, dog, we're in 2025, dog. We still over here worried about, are we over here policing a word? There's no such thing about a word someone can't use. They can use
it however they want to.
Yeah, but it can't be our trigger. That shit's overdue. That concept of it.
You personally cannot decide what triggers people. You're right.
Species.
You are right.
Cannot be the only species.
You are correct.
Like a pit bull that have like a command. We have an attack command.
You are 100%.
All the black people come in with a built-in attack command.
You're 100% sure. You're 100% right.
He just go rabid. He just go feral. You hit him with a nice nigga, hit him with a nice ER, and he just loses control.
Listen, I understand you're smart enough to get that, but at the same time, you understand there's still some pit bulls out here.
Let's cut the shit.
And Mexican OT gotta understand there's still some pit bulls out here. So you might say it in one room and say, what is anybody gonna do? And nothing happens. But you might go into the next room and say it, and you might have some consequences you're not expecting.
This is true, but I'd rather say, let's just get rid of the concept of a word that we understand. If there's bad words regardless. Mm-hmm. Are they directing the bad word at you? I'm not telling people don't do disrespect, but we can't just assume that a word just means you're disrespected just in general. You know what I'm saying? Am I supposed to, you know what I'm saying? We're giving that word too much power almost in a sense.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Especially if we changed it to something that we said that it was changed to it's a word of
endearment,
a term of endearment.
Nigga,
we can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways because one of them is nigger, the other one is nigga.
Yeah, the Spanish, the Hispanics always use a nigga, and yet we're saying they can't use it. They're like, hold on, so it's a term of endearment. You find me endearing. I'm part of your community, but
it's a term of endearment for us, right? We can't have something for us.
We have FUBU. We had FUBU. Y'all niggas let that go.
Nate's about to go crazy right now because I said we can't have exactly.
These tracks like this is the shit we need.
It don't matter of all the things.
These niggas right where they want to be.
This is what we chose. This is what
right where we want.
This is what the people want. The people want to freely use a word that nobody else can use. Can we have that?
No.
Oh, see. And if you're in the wrong room, if you're in a wrong room with some pit bulls,
you gotta say no because that's where it starts. You give them that.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're gonna tell you we the only people that can wear cornrows.
Next thing you know,
we're the only ones that can use a hot comb.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know,
all right, Uncle Ruckus.
Cook. He's cooking.
All right, Uncle
we
Ruckus.
the only one that can use Vaseline.
They the only one that can do the shuffle. What else?
They're the only one that could drive it like it's hot.
Let me send y'all a picture.
Only one that can do cornbread. Come on, y'all niggas cooking.
Next thing you know, we the
Don't
only
say
one
y'all.
that allowed the fried chicken.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Y'all not even the best at frying chicken. The Koreans are.
Either way,
Where you think
ain't
the
nobody about
Koreans
to give
learned it?
access to all that
Nigga, you ain't
coolness.
never had no Korean fried chicken?
I hear it's up there.
That's what they
Here's
say.
the thing. I don't know which one came first, the Korean fried chicken or the what's name?
They say that it was like the black soldiers that was there during the war that taught them how to cook the chicken.
Some shit
Or was
like
it the
that.
black soldiers that learned it when they're over there?
We'll never know, bro.
We'll never know.
There.
It was one of those stories, but I know they're related though.
Oh, you know what? You know what cool thing I learned the other day? Fucking internet. You know, Haitian, and we're Haitian too. You know, Haitians when they say "sac passe," the response is supposed to be "not boule."
Yeah.
Not boule is a shortened term from a whole phrase that was happening that they used to use back in like slave days during the revolution. The whole phrase was coupe tête boule kai. Yeah, coupe tête boule kai. So that not boule is just a shortened phrase of the coupe tête boule kai, which I did not know. I just found that out like yesterday or the day before.
Well, welcome to the Haitian culture, Swerve.
fucking internet, bro.
You know what I
People ask me, they say, "Yo, what does not boule mean?" I was like, it says not boule just means we on fire. I don't know what it means. I guess I just means we cool. I mean, I don't know what it means. I don't know what I've been telling them, but now I got
shit up.
Yeah, we burning shit up.
And unruly people though who got a war call at all times.
Yeah, that's the war call.
That's the
Not
war
boule.
call on demand at all times. I realized this past week that X might be more of a it might be more of a negative than a positive though.
Why you say that?
What's X? X
Twitter.
Like Twitter?
Twitter. Because you know what? I'm one of these people that I follow people that I disagree with. You know what I'm saying? And I could take in.
Who blocked you this time, mate?
Not that I get blocked. I get blocked all the time,
bro?
you know. But it's just that, you know, most of the people I'm usually debating with, it's usually real racist white folks or it's very racist black folks. You know, it's either the FBAs or the very racist white folks.
Nobody likes you, Nate. The blacks don't like you. The whites don't like you.
The racist blacks don't like me. You know, they see a flag on there. And then the racist whites don't like anyone, regardless. But those are just the two. But I noticed, like, you know, as I'm debating some of these people back and forth, and then, like, some of these people, you got to give them props. Some of these people know how to curse you out, though. Like, they curse you out so good, you like God damn.
You just got to walk away. You just got to log off.
Some of these black Americans, that's their skill set right there. These motherfuckers could talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker could talk you dirty, like, God damn, like, you might find yourself hating this motherfucker or hating this group a little bit more. And that's what X is doing to people. I'm like, these are my people. I can't be getting resentment to them because of a debate, but I'm over here. I might be mild-mannered. I might actually someone, don't you think we're doing a little bit crazy over a word? They look at my profile. They see a flag, Asian flag. Shut up, you goddamn tether. Go fix up your fucked up country. And you get but so many of those. Laughing. Listen, you get but so many of those before you wonder, damn, dog, y'all black.
Be like, maybe I should go home.
No, it ain't that. It's like y'all black as well. How is it y'all so dismissive of another poor area of this down?
Because we're not the same kind of black. You know, there's a million different ways to separate us.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, how y'all not understand that? And then I'm like, and then you might go on a debate, be like, yeah, but you're saying this part's poor, but they're going at it with a colonial superpower all along. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be either dismissive or just don't care about that. The same way y'all been going at it with the same colonial superpower all along. You know what I'm saying? But what I realize is when people are pit against each other, or when someone's not you, they either very dismissive of your history or they don't care, or their mind segments it. It almost like it cuts it off where you don't think about it.
Separate like, your history from our history, like it wasn't exact same history.
Not only that, it's almost like when I'm arguing with these people, I don't think of all the great achievements of blacks. I'm over here looking for insults, just like they're achieving. They're over here just discrediting any attributes or any benefits that a Haiti might have did. You know,
if they even knew Haiti's history, they would know.
But I don't think even if they knew, it would matter because I don't think of their I'm over here stepping up. Maybe because I know their history, I'm over here walking on eggshells, so I don't say the wrong thing.
But you also at the same time probably diminish their history too, especially when they're trying to diminish your history. Because you know their history.
I feel like when you know more, you don't argue and just.
You could just hit them with that Kanye line.
Which one?
That'll get them every time.
What's the Kanye line?
Slavery was a choice.
That's another. But here's the thing:
your people revolted and won.
Hey, you know, one time I got super high and I understood Kanye. On slavery was a choice.
Of course, I mean, you understand it. Kanye has always been a genius. It's not like it's a fucked up choice. It's not an actual choice. It's like you know what I'm saying? But regardless, you find yourself either saying some of the most worst shit that they're saying back and forth with y'all, very dismissive of each other's history, or you find out that they don't know your history, and ignorant people are like, I don't know.
It wouldn't change. A racist would learn all the history you want to teach them. It wouldn't change their racism. You could tell them Haiti saved them
true.
Because Haitians fought during the Civil War.
That's true.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Only Haitians know that, though.
Even if you told the Americans, even if you told the Confederates that Haitians, or told them that there was Haitian fighters fighting for the Union,
okay,
they wouldn't believe it.
When I'm arguing with people online, I'm arguing not just to argue. There's different people you're arguing. When I'm getting new information, I'm taking that in as well. Like, okay, that's kind of dope. And the next time, maybe I'll have this argument. But nonetheless, let me not supersede the point. Twitter is, even with all the debating back and forth, I find myself either be like, it's making you not like each other more. I like that shit. That shit to me is like a net
but
negative.
you telling us you don't like black people no more? Is that what you're telling us?
I know exactly what you're saying, because
I'm saying that's what Twitter would make. Twitter would drive that feeling to make you have a beef, because it's an echo. Most people aren't following people that disagree with. Most people are following people that agree with them. I'm over here, so my feed's only following. You got to imagine, so my feed is, all I'm getting all day is Yanks talking about celebrating people getting deported, y'all this, that, and the third. I'm seeing FWA. So that's my echo chamber is nothing but, and it's crazy. So I'm either seeing racist white folks, which is understandable, or I'm seeing black folks that's supposed to be, we're supposed to be our allies out here every day, upright complaining how we're not in anymore. So X
is really fucking with your head, because they're showing you stuff that you don't agree with.
But I'm cool with that. That's my comfortable area. I like not being with stuff I don't agree with, so I can get another version of the view. I can always go back to what I agree with. That's everywhere. So I'm cool with going to what I don't agree with. But it's the opinions that go with it, and also seeing people so passionate. And I don't know if it's from they've either gone full racist, or it's they're in their own echo chamber. What I realize is X is also, it's people that do a lot of complaining online because they don't do it in the real world. Like, I'm doing it on X, but I don't have coworkers. They're doing it, but they probably quiet as fuck at work. It's just a giant complaint center, shit talkers, opinionated people, but I guarantee you offline they're not opinionated.
Right, because that's just for the internet. It's not for real life.
Who do you give your opinion to in real life? Who cares?
Coworkers, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
No, there's nobody. X is it. The internet it's its own world, but the real world, nobody cares about your opinion. That's why X is so successful.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying is only the people that are, think about it. Who leaves reviews? Only motherfuckers that get done dirty leaves reviews. So you gotta imagine, majority of the time, if a place have a bad review, it's more likely it's gonna bad review, because that's the person that's more likely to go out the way and put bad review. X is just a bad review center.
Yeah, because nobody's putting up good reviews.
Yeah, ain't nobody got on time and out here cheering shit up. You out here living life, enjoying shit, looking online. But X is where all the complainers go to complain. And you see a lot of it. The shit is crazy. And it's good for information as well, but it's a fucking cesspool.
Everybody else, what you're calling an opinion, when you're going there leaving your opinion, everyone else that's reading your opinion, they're calling it a complaint. They're thinking you're out here complaining too. So it seems like everybody's complaining. Everybody's just posting their opinion because nobody wants to hear it in real life.
It has its good and its bad. I wouldn't say, I guess there's this benefit of it just be crazy to see. It's just crazy
just
to
stay
see.
off of fucking Twitter, bro.
I'm gonna go a little bit of hiatus, a little bit, get it out my blood for a little bit, because you don't need, who needs that type of. I gotta get off the vibration for a little bit. I gotta get back to the black love, the unity.
Pause. So it seems like the same issue you're having, I have that same issue on Twitter too, because my algorithm is always showing me a video starts off like, okay, so Kendrick won the battle, but look at this.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I get it. I'd be like, I get it. I understand he's still Drizzy. He's still outselling whatever. He's still, he's still that guy. I understand he never fell off. But there was a short period of time where there was back and forth between battles. You see that? But the people won't agree. I
already know your algorithm is pro Kendrick, so you're
no, it's not. It's not. For some reason, I keep seeing everybody.
I'm saying you keep seeing the pro Drake one. So
yeah, exactly.
You're seeing the opposite. That's what I'm saying. That's how Twitter feeds you. It's feeding you shit that you're gonna disagree with to keep online. So after a while, I'm only seeing black people that hate immigrants or black people that hate other black people, and after a while, it starts making me feel a type of way about black people. The other
I start feeling a type of way about Drake. Pause.
I'm like, you see what it's doing? I'm like, this shit got me hating my own people. It's kind of fucked up.
I love Drizzy.
Elon
the nigga lost to it in a battle, but I still love Drizzy.
Elon might be the devil.
Might be.
It takes a lot to pull one over on me, though. You see, and I didn't see that one coming.
Hey.
Pause.
Hey man, let's get into these damn absurdities. We gonna skip this K Michelle blaming black men for lack of black families. That was a while ago. But the new one is your girl B Simone on the internet crying.
What's she crying about?
She ain't got no money.
Here's the thing, though.
Is she crying because she doesn't have any money now?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Didn't she almost like touch $1 million or something like that?
She's a millionaire.
She said it's the finances. I don't have liquid.
Listen,
she had to go shop at H&M. The girl was crying because she had to go shop at H&M.
What is broke? What is the definition? Because I think I've only been broke in my life maybe like twice. And it was a short broke. I was broke for a week, and then I was back on my feet again. What is broke?
Here's the thing. I don't think she's not. The thing is, people hate B Simone. We got her rich before. She keeps getting rich off black people. They love to hate watch her. This and that. Last time she was on her come up, she was selling her books and all that stuff. She was saying how she couldn't date a regular 9-to-5 guy. This and that. Third. So now that she's back hurting. Now that she's saying how her finances are tied up or she's not liquid, people are like, oh, now you should have kept your 9-to-5, trying to humble her, hate her, But she's just being slick to pump up right back on us again, what she will do, because we think we got her, but we're the emotional ones.
Nate, she already put the plan in motion. She opened up a church.
Of course. Listen, B Simone has always been very religious.
That's the play there.
That's the play. She was already selling self-help books, and then we got on her talking about her book was very much copied. And then when she was selling courses, we out here saying, she's a scammer. All we do is hate her until making her wealthy. You know what I'm saying? And she act like she don't pay us any mind. She's selling dreams. She might be a whole scammer out here, but she got a base for it. And it's us people that hate on her that give her the actual fuel to get her more popular.
Starting a whole church.
Oh, once you do the church, I want to say that's the final end game. That's like the end game right there.
That's last straw.
That's the last play. You know what I'm saying?
Last bullet in the revolver. Swerve.
Yeah.
If this don't work, life wasn't meant for you.
Yeah, get that congregation going. Be like, this is the last play, guys. This is the last.
Yeah, that's gotta be the last play, because if that play don't work, you going to hell.
Exactly. Classic. But I lost my train of thought on that one.
Y'all not gonna talk about your boy that done wet up them people?
Who?
Your boy Big Donald.
Oh, over there shooting up there and
Shot 3 missiles and hit Iran in 3 different
yeah, and then we had
nuclear.
Who fucked up the damn list again, bro?
I don't know who did that. I didn't even see politics on there at all.
That's the second time they removed politics, bro.
Oh yeah, right. I blame you. I didn't touch the list.
Yeah, I noticed. It was
Either
missing.
way, that here's the thing with the Iran thing. I don't know how true that is, bro. Like we over here told them they weren't supposed to go to war. Israel bombed Iran.
You said you don't know how
Iran
true
bombed
what
them
is.
back. They said that they hit 3 of Iran's nuclear sites, right?
Oh, you don't think that's true?
They just hit 3 spots. So am I. You know, all these companies, all of them are almost like grandstanding. Like they hit 3 spots in Iran, but it's not nuclear sites. You don't see no hazmat suits. There's no nuclear radiation. There's no fallout. There's no moved mass crowds. So sometimes one company does one thing, one country, the other one does reply back. And as you're escalating, sometimes once one person did something like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to respond, but I'll do it in these areas. I'll let you know I'm gonna hit these areas so you can clear it out. But it's kind of like symbolic. So
yeah.
The areas that they hit, one, they never had nuclear to begin with. That was fucked up. So we already knew Israel was already moving how it was going to move. We said hit the nuclear sites, but if they actually hit nuclear sites, we would have been seeing they've been moving the people in mass right now. There'd be radiation. There's none of that. So even though there's a ceasefire all overnight, I just let you know they just lied to us last week. That's how quick we do it. That's how fast we lie and keep it moving. We just said we hit 3 nuclear sites, and we're off to a whole new week acting like we didn't even say that shit. That's how bad it is in America. So, so that you got that. Then you got the fact that, like I said, all the countries, whatever they're doing the negotiations right now, we're gonna see how that goes because they said really the reason the strike we had the ceasefire is because Iran decided they're gonna stop the Strait of Hormuz. They're gonna shut it down, which is gonna shoot up our oil prices. That's when we said, all right, we gotta.
Did they? Is that shutting down for real now or no? That's not happening.
Right when they threatened to shut it down, that's why we all did the ceasefire. They're like, all right, them niggas fuck up. They're like, they're gonna ride on them, but like, all right, as soon as y'all niggas do that, we're gonna close down this pipeline that's gonna shoot the oil up.
That's really gonna be America's excuse to get into Iran.
But we keep trying to tippy toe over there slowly. Here's what happened also that's so
but how you easily step in there and just say, yeah, motherfuckers got weapons of mass destruction. We got to get rid of that shit. That's how you get in there.
That's what we've been trying to do the whole time. But here's what happened: we killed like the let's say the 5 generals at the top, right? Let's say there's 10 generals. We killed like 5, and then of the remaining 5, and then the 5 that's supposed to be succeeding them, like they were dropping letters off to these guys' houses, calling their wives, talking about you're next in line, you're succeeding. If you don't fall in line, you're up next. And all this shit fucking hit the internet, though. Like this shit is it's so crazy to see how these countries are still acting like straight gangsters, bro. Like you wouldn't think they move like this in this day and age. Like they literally fucking blow up this nigga's house and then slide a door into your wife's house and call your wife's cell phone. So I'm like, look, you're up next for this thing. You don't fall in line, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna rape your wife. Straight threats just like that. All that shit come online on Twitter. I was like, this shit is kind of crazy. And if they're not even pretending like it's diplomatic. Like niggas really try to strong arm their way to take over a whole country. You only gotta kill but so many people, and everyone else really does fall in line.
Humans are humans. So how long is it gonna take till this type of shit starts happening here?
I don't know. Here's already sold up apparently because like we said,
here right now.
Shit here, so
here it's like backdoor shit. The tiny hats might be running shit, but they're not.
It's crazy that the world still runs in that manner. Like it's a very get down and lay down such a type of world. Either if you're not caught in scandal, like you really could just kill someone and just threaten the next person, and he's just gonna fall in line. He's not even gonna say like, "Oh fuck it, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call a bigger authority." Majority of the time, they just fall in line, and before you know it, maybe it's the thing in reverse. You know how they have 6 degrees of separation? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like 6 bodies to power. You know what I'm saying? Like you really got to knock down like 6 people to get to one end of the chessboard to the next.
Probably not a regular guy like me.
Any regular guy, just how much you. It's just who are those people? How do you not do it and not crash out? But it's like imagine each billionaire got to their pot doing whatever nefarious deeds, but the opposite way. Instead of 6 degrees of Kevin Spacey, 6 nefarious acts to your pot of gold.
It's not Kevin Spacey. It's not Spacey. It's Bacon.
Bacon, yeah. Kevin Spacey's a whole other thing. That'd be gay.
Yeah. Pause. All right. That's that Trump guy. There's a lot of fishy stuff going on with him and the tiny hats that a lot of people's not speaking on.
Here's the only thing I'll say that's good about Trump. It seems like whenever his base kind of like starts to complain, he'll go with a plan, and as soon as we complain, he'll fall back.
I just sent you guys a picture.
That's the gas price, right? $2.31 unleaded.
That's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but I've seen
the previous administration could never.
Yeah, $2.31. No, but we're at my house right now. It's like $2.89. $2.31 is still not good.
What is it supposed to be? What's a good number? $1.50?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when this shit used to be like 75 cents.
I don't need it to go back. I don't need it to go that. That's asking too much.
It should be 89 cents, bro.
Max. If I could get $1.99, I'm good. That'd be great. I'll take that.
I just showed you a quarter on top of that $1.99.
That's
you
not
said
enough.
It wasn't good.
That's not enough. Seeing the two, that's too much. I don't want to see no 2 in front of my gas. I need, and the same thing with milk too. I need milk and gas to be the same price, and I need both of them to be under $2.
Here's what's fucked up about the world. We over here toppling governments, running shit down, and this is why I get when we're on the other end of it as the consumer. I'm like, what's the benefit? Look at what we're paying for the shit.
We're suffering because someone else is winning. Someone else in the gun.
They're still marking up the prices. The gas should still be whatever variation. It should have went back down to 75 cents by now or $1 by now. It's like the only thing that keeps going up one way. It don't make any sense. A commodity is supposed to get cheaper over time.
What do you mean by a commodity is supposed to get cheaper?
Like packages, all that stuff. It's supposed to make it cheaper.
I need to understand what is gasoline and is it ever going to run out? Is there a finite amount of it or is it just?
They like to tell us there's a finite amount. They swear there is, but we over here got like a 20-year reserve or some shit like that. America purchases gas for all the pumps, and then we purchase like another quarter or so for the country to have like a backup reserve, just in case, if we go to war and shit like that. We just keep adding to it.
Gas. I feel like gas is like, what is it made from? Because it's not really made. Is it really made from oil?
Yeah, it's crude
and oil. And then oil comes from what? Dead animals.
Lord. You gotta
Let me know.
You gotta drill. You gotta drill, baby, drill.
You gotta drill, but oil doesn't just come naturally from the ground. It's dead. It's dead animals.
They call it fossil fuel, but it's not really fossil. It's like type of rocks, basically squished shit. Basically,
squished fossils, meaning animals that have been.
It's not really fossil. That's just the name for it.
What the fuck are you niggas saying, bro?
Yeah, I just need to know. I'm just trying to figure out where the hell the gas comes from.
It's natural.
So you're telling me that they can dig underground and find what? What are they going to find? They're not finding gas. They're finding oil.
Oil, and then the oil, you refine it and you separate it and pull the gas from it. Yeah.
Is there an endless amount of oil?
It's not endless. It's just. There's certain pockets of it around the world. Nothing's endless. It's not endless.
So when are we going to run out? It seems like we should have ran out by now. When are we going to run out?
Every time they say we're going to run out, let me let you know how the world runs.
When they say we're going to run out, that's why I start thinking this shit, whatever they're telling us that they're putting in our cars, is not what they're telling us.
here's the thing.
It can't be.
I can't say we're never going to run out, but we always say that we're going to run out. And then we end up finding another pocket here, another 3 pockets there. And we have so much, but we always.
This sounds like a scam. They're tricking you right now, real time, and you don't even understand it. A pocket. You talking about pocket? They just happen to find a pocket. This don't make sense to me.
There's a whole industry out there. That. What are you talking about? There's a whole
industry of pockets of oil.
People that dig oil, that search the zone and search the floor,
like archaeologists.
Yeah, all sorts of shit.
Google archaeologists right now. Where would I find an archaeologist right now?
Are you not aware of the oil industry?
I don't believe archaeologists are a thing. I don't believe they're real.
The one that do for the dinosaurs?
What you mean, fossils?
Yeah.
That you just said wasn't a thing?
No, I said fossils are a thing. I said fossil fuel is not really from the actual fossils. It's just called that. But fossils are an actual thing. I believe dinosaurs exist.
So why do you think they call it? Why do they call it fossil? Why do they call it fossil fuel?
I don't know. Some people thought it was actually made from bones. That's just like a misconception.
It's something, whatever it is, it's something that's in the ground, and there happen to be bones in the ground, supposedly. If you believe in that kind of dinosaur stuff.
I'm done with y'all niggas. I'm
if you believe,
have it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
If you don't believe, I believe in dinosaurs. I'm almost done reporting back to you guys from the flat Earth stuff, dog.
Yeah, what did you know? What did you find out for us?
Some amazing stuff, dog. I'm coming back.
Let the people know.
So far, that flat Earth.
So just imagine, Juno. Imagine a plate. Imagine the continents spread across that plate, like in the middle of the plate. At the very center of the plate, you got a land mass of ice and snow. That's the North Pole. Yeah. What we're calling the South Pole is a big ring of circle ice around the edge of that plate. That's what we're calling this. So everywhere you go, so when you're flying and you're thinking you're going around, you're just going in a circle. You're not going around. You're just going in a circle.
So you've read some of this stuff, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is the fact that they believe that there's even more continents as you go out past the wall. They just haven't thawed out yet. That's another one I've seen. They just how the sun faces different parts of the world. I guess thaw out at different time. So basically, that would cause one thing from the other. Who knows? But it's getting tricky, dog.
It's getting tricky. It's getting tricky out here.
Completely absurd.
Oh, okay. You don't realize the information out here. Listen, I don't want to say the Earth is flat. I can't say that. But there's some crazy stuff that's out there.
I don't want to say it's flat, but I also don't want to say it's round. So
you're not going for it's round.
I don't want to just go for the shit's round, like we're just a ball spinning in the middle, spinning hundreds of miles per hour. But I'm just sitting here still. But we're going so fast, that's why I can't feel it. It's a lot of trickery right now. A lot of trickery.
What was on y'all niggas started talking about the flat Earth shit? We haven't recorded so long, bro, since the fucking finals, bro. NBA finals.
Y'all boys give the rundown of
the NFL. Yeah. The NFL finals just happened. Yeah. So the NFL finals just happened.
The NBA.
They got all the way to a game 7, the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, all the way to a game 7. Halliburton, he's already had a calf strain before game 7 even starts. Before game 6 starts, they told him he had a calf strain. There's a chance that he could fuck it up and he might tear his ACL, just like what happened to KD. But he played the game. It was a good game 6. They needed to win the game 6, and they won the game. So he's thinking he's fine. They go to game 7. This guy starts off on fire. He 3 for 4 from 3. 7. I think he scored like 9 points in the first 7 minutes, and then he made a move towards the basket, and you just see his like calf just pop. They say SCL torn. Crazy. First quarter of the game. After that happened, I was like, yeah, it's over for y'all.
Yeah,
y'all done.
I think if he would have stayed healthy, they would have won that game.
I don't know if he would have won, but it would have been a different game because after he made that third shot, I was like, oh, this guy came to play.
He was on their ass.
Yeah.
Pause.
But you know what's crazy? That game where KD broke his or tore his ACL, he had a first quarter the same way. Came out on fire. Couldn't stop him. And
KD got traded.
Yeah, KD got traded to fucking Houston. But SGA got the finals MVP. He really got everything this year. He got finals MVP. He got regular MVP. He got Western Conference Finals MVP. He got the scoring title. He got his team has the most wins for the year. I don't know what else you could get.
Jordan who?
Besides the defensive player of the year. And I guarantee you if he was an American player, they would have given him defensive player of the year just so they could push him as the face. The NBA don't want to push SGA as the face, even though they should, because he's.
Did y'all hear about the picture of the championship team?
No, what happened with that?
You know they had like the parade and that family picture shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every player on the OKC Thunder,
White wife.
Hey,
that's the recipe. That's how you get a championship. You got to be swimming in the milk.
Every one of them.
Get your bones strong.
They said there wasn't a sister in sight.
These black women out here feeding these men chicken and collard greens. You got to be feeding them milk. Get their bones strong. That's how you win championships. So now the question is: Does Caruso have a black wife?
No, white wife, nigga.
Everybody got white wife.
Everybody got a white wife.
They run a different kind of program over there.
What about Hartenstein? You know Hartenstein's a black guy, right? His dad is straight black. He looks white, but his dad is a black man.
His wife is white.
Yeah, white wife. If you in the NBA and you ain't got a white wife, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah, man. Who knows what this LeBron guy is doing?
You seen your girl Joy Reid talking about Caitlin Clark's only popular because of
Angel Reese?
Angel Reese, yeah.
Nah.
Angel Reese
is only popular because of Caitlin Clark. It's the opposite.
How are we supposed to take you serious, though? Your commentary saying some shit like that.
I love Caitlin Clark. I love Angel Reese. I love the dynamic between them both, but they're not the same level caliber of player. It's like
one's a fucking baby giraffe.
Nah, don't disrespect Angel Reese now. Angel Reese is a baddie.
That's true, but that has nothing to do with sports, though.
I understand. Yeah, but sports-wise,
two entirely different things.
Sports-wise, it's like when LeBron a couple years ago was beefing with Dylan Brooks. Like, what are we doing right now? You're not at even the same level. It's like you're popular in your era, but this is a whole nother level right here.
Here's the thing, though. What I realized, they say maybe the sports needs it. I'd hope Reese was better, but I come to think about maybe the sports do need one. It's helping Reese stay in the conversation regardless. Either she's dropping bricks regardless. She got her own podcast and everything else.
Well, she's already locked in. Also, it doesn't matter. Even games where she doesn't play Caitlin, because she's not playing Caitlin Clark every game.
Yeah,
but she's still selling tickets.
She's a big draw. Yeah, she's out of a ticket. People like that, or even
she ain't a big ticket.
She's a big ticket. There's a few big tickets in the league. She's one of them.
She's keeping the conversation going. They're seeing them in other spaces. There's that much. I know for sure she ain't balling, but then there's still the other dynamic.
I'm telling you, it's all hype. If Caitlin Clark's not in the building, them stadiums is empty like they used to be, bro.
Disrespectful.
For whatever
you guys don't watch the game. I know the sport is literally getting better. The stars are getting better and bigger. People are starting to come for these stars. Like the other day, the Sparks was playing against Chicago Sky. There's at least between them, there's like at least a good 2-3 stars that people
Not
come
only
to see.
that, you need the black space talking about it. This is what I mean. The black space is talking about it as long as there's this whole Caitlyn in race dynamic. You know what I'm saying? As long as some people feel like Caitlyn's being propped up to make the white girl look, you know what I'm saying, look bad or whatever, that whole back and forth. Racism kind of works in sports.
So these black spaces you're speaking on, you're thinking they only speak on the WNBA if it has to do with Caitlyn or Angel Reese?
Well, you have the people that's you're gonna get the pander points. You're gonna have the people that each time Caitlyn does something or gets fouled or anything like that, when a black person speaks out on the sister or that's over plummeting or whooping her ass, you already got the group that's gonna call that guy a coon, and the people that's gonna pander and go right along with that. You got the folks that's just gonna say anytime Angela Reese does something, they're gonna lift that up. There's just a whole, like just a big circle jerk of people that just kind of wanna.
Yeah, you're gonna make a narrative out of anything because they're gonna she's gonna get fouled, and she's gonna react like she just got shot every time. Caitlyn, I'm talking about. Yeah, because she's playing into it because she can get fouled and she be acting like she just got shot. So of course the people are gonna be like, "Oh man, y'all gotta take it easy on her. She's the ticket, and y'all fucking up the money."
What I'm saying, it's also part of showmanship. So the fact that they can act like they're rivals and hate each other and actually still be cool, that kind of almost brings that WWE to it. It still kind of plays up the sport. Because people probably still ain't watching it. You know what I'm saying? But we're still hearing about it. The name's still in the zeitgeist. It's still shaking. You know what I'm saying? But sure, maybe down the line you'll actually get someone that can actually compete with Caitlyn. But for the time being, the WNBA's got some good promotion. You got Reese looking like eye candy, and Caitlyn actually getting the bucket, so it's a win-win on both ends.
Yeah, Caitlyn is actually better at basketball than a lot of the WNBA players. That's why she's getting a lot of hate.
Yeah. I see this girl play. I'm like, this girl's like, we might need to check her birth certificate.
They over here saying
she looked too much like her daddy.
They're saying she's getting propped up because she's white, but she's balling.
She's actually.
We don't give a fuck because she's playing like she a dude.
Yeah, she shoots like a dude, dribble like a dude. It's crazy.
Pulling up from 30, Nate.
Yeah,
but I gotta give Angel Reese her credit too. Her motor is the toughest motor in the NBA. So you might say she has a horrible shooting percentage, or she's just throwing the ball off the glass. But nobody else can get that shit. It don't matter. Nobody else is.
We say trash.
Nah. Okay, then she's trashed the same way. She's trashed the same way that Russell Westbrook is trashed. Then.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, the same way. Because Russell Westbrook, I'm talking about Russell Westbrook.
Triple-double for 3 seasons.
No, I'm talking about the trash version of Russell Westbrook that's been bounced around the league for the last few years. That version. That's still in the NBA making good money. That version. That's what Angel Reese is.
Russ ain't putting up 30 shots.
Yeah, Russ was putting points up, though.
Putting up 30 shots, Swerve.
She's putting up 30 shots, but she's getting 31 rebounds.
Getting 31 rebounds.
She get her own shit back.
Yeah. She trademarked the term "me bounds." Somebody was making fun of her called "me bounds."
Yeah, she trademarked it. I was watching another thing about the WWE last week. And I was like, sometimes you need some of that showmanship to kind of grow a sport. And I didn't realize I saw something online. They're talking about racism is also a good thing. It does a lot of. There's always a black and white thing or black and Spanish thing. Anytime you get the races going, it does do good for pay-per-views or main events or big stuff. So even though we kind of look at it this could kind of be intentional. They're kind of pushing this narrative.
I don't have an issue with segregation at all. I just like to be equal.
That's all I need. I like the equal part.
Yeah, the segregation is just a bonus.
But I'm just saying they could be a way to kind of almost build it in that sense. You know what I mean?
What would segregation sounds good?
Not segregation. I'm talking about them acting playing into it. Just like in boxing, each time there's a Hispanic and a black boxer about the box, You know, they all do all that kind of promotion.
Even if you never watched a fight in a day of your life, I got the black guy.
Folks, and the black folks going, I got the black guy.
I got the black guy.
So racism it's like sports is like one of the last places that racism kind of you can do it out in public.
But most of the time, most of the time though, when they say we got the black guy, most of the time usually be the black guy.
Yeah, it depends on the sport.
Yeah, it's usually especially in boxing.
Yeah,
MMA might be different. MMA might be different.
But one thing in general, men aren't delusional. Once we end up seeing,
when I see, it don't matter what color you are. When I see two guys in the ring, I know who I'm gonna put my money on.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And if we know if the white guy happens to be the
you can say it. You can say it. If he happens to be the most cocked diesel guy, abs, six packed up, oiled up, that's the guy you want to. That's the guy you want to go for. I know that's what you want to say. You trying to pop. I know you didn't want to. You're trying to hold yourself back.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say that, but if I'm just saying in sports, it can go either way.
I can go either way. It's crazy.
There's a boxing match that's supposed to be coming up pretty good. Canelo and
Crawford.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn, that's a good. That's a good fight.
Good one. I'm hoping Crawford pull this off. But
I would hope Crawford pulls it off too.
I'm hoping, but I don't know if he can pull it off.
But I've been watching Canelo ever since he lost to Mayweather. And this guy is
last time. Yeah, exactly.
He's getting every time I see him fight, he's getting stronger and faster.
Exactly.
Every time I see him fight. So I don't know. I would like Crawford to win, but Canelo's a beast. He's different.
Yeah, I want to watch it here. What y'all want to do?
What day is it? Is it on a Saturday, Sunday?
I don't know. It's going to be on a Saturday or Friday night.
Yeah, get the dates. I might come by. Who knows?
We have a whole little fight party. You know how it go.
Canelo. Oh, what's your favorite? Your boy just fought the other day. Deontay.
They said Deontay back. Is he back?
Did he win that one?
He won it. He didn't win it. He actually looks like he's somewhat boxing now, kind of, because he
be in great fucking shape. Though that nigga was in fucking. I don't know if he's in great. He looks like great fucking shape, model wise, like when niggas aesthetic wise.
Yeah, he look oiled up. He's swole, greased up, oiled up. At 6-pack abs.
You want to tell him
triceps, the biceps, the quads, the hammies, the calves, the gluteus, the glutes. Everything's looking nice and tight.
He's a specimen, as
yeah, specimen. Specimen.
But I was looking from the highlights I seen. I was looking from the knockout blow. I don't know, did he end up knocking buddy out or no?
No, it was a TK. It was like a technical knockout.
Yeah, it was kind of a lot of pushing around. He threw a couple of his signature haymakers that some of them connected, some of them didn't. I'm not really connected. He was throwing a lot of jabs, and that's when I was like, oh, this guy actually learned how to box. Because he's throwing that left and it's going straight up the middle. Left, jab, boom, boom, boom. But it was a good fight. He couldn't fight like one of the big names and win. Because this guy right now, I don't even know who he fought, but the guy was big, but he's not a big name.
He's too in shape to be fighting like long fights though.
What you mean too in shape? He's a heavyweight. That's perfect for him because other heavyweights don't last as long.
Yeah, all that muscle. Yeah, winded.
Pause. Yeah.
All that muscle, you're winded.
Yeah, you got all that meat on you. You got to carry all that meat around. But that's how you build bigger bones, though. They say if you walk around with like a weighted vest, it builds bone density. I used to think when people say, "Yeah, he's fat, he's big boned," it's really a fact because he's carrying around all that extra weight. His bones are more dense.
Dense doesn't necessarily mean fatter.
No, but fatter usually means denser bones.
Denser just means it weighs more.
No, denser means that dense has nothing to do with weight.
It's not another weight.
It's volume
or volume in the area. That's it. So it can still weigh the same. No,
it's heavier. If it's
it don't have
something
to be heavier, it don't have to necessarily be heavier. It could be the exact same, but just one's more dense and one will float versus the other one.
Nah, if it's more dense, it's heavier.
Not true.
I'm telling you, yeah, it's just about. You just said it's about volume in the area. It don't necessarily have to be.
Well, the volume of your bone is not changing. Your bone stays the same size, but the density, meaning like the space that's not being occupied by air, gets filled up, and then you gets heavier.
No, that don't happen. You get either more space, either there's more bone. Something's happened. You're not getting more.
You know, like
bone.
Yeah, you know when you
more pores,
more bones. It's crazy.
Listen, I still don't understand the fact that we're all supposed to stop going to puberty after like 18, right?
Is that the thing?
Not even 18. I think it's 16.
What you mean? Well,
you
didn't start growing well until you were like 21.
Yeah, so
You didn't even get your eyebrows till like last year.
so you don't know when you don't know when your nuts drops, bro.
Listen, I'm just saying. For most typical people, you'd be at like 20, 18, right?
18. You're not supposed to be dropped by then, Nate.
What do you mean by 18?
At 18, they already done went through puberty and all that. They already went through growth spurts and all that. But notice how athletes, for some reason, they'll end up being weighing more and being taller by the time they go to the league.
They also be really young at the time they go to the league too.
No, they'll be 18.
Yeah, 18. That's like you just said.
Yeah, how you still get? What growth spurt did you get after 18? You usually get your last one at like maybe 14. Usually,
no. Oh Lord Jesus.
14, nah.
Growth spurt. 12.
14.
13, 14.
So after 14, you stop growing.
Usually, yeah. Like think like what was the last? You probably was the tallest you were by the time you was in high school. You didn't
14. So I was 6'2" when I was 14. I'm 6'2" right now.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. If I was 6'2" at 14, I should have been. I need to be at somebody.
You would have been a 4-star recruit.
Yeah, I was never.
14. I'm saying. So you stopped growing at my bad. You by 18, you're done growing though. By senior year.
25 is the age you stop growing.
You think you're still growing a growth spurt at 25?
Maybe it's for some people it slows down more than others. So maybe for us,
I didn't say nothing about a growth spurt at 25, Nate. I just told you 25 is the age you stop growing.
Okay, but what I'm saying, okay, so isn't it strange how all these athletes at like 18 they'll be 6'2", and then by the time they make it to the NBA, they're like 6'4".
Like they have another growth spurt.
Yeah, them boys taking.
That's the NBA. That's the NBA growth spurt.
They're taking HGH, human growth hormones, or something. Maybe that's what's the name. I don't know, or maybe
no. I told you people stop growing at the age of 25.
It's really just a lot. It's really just luck.
Because
there's some kids.
How are they having both?
What do you think's gonna happen to? What do you think's gonna happen to Chris Paul's son?
Okay, here's what I think about it. I think almost like your regiment could make you grow. You're like almost like if you lift weights and all that, that could make you bigger and stronger. If you're an athlete, maybe you're in an athletic type of diet. You're sleeping, working out. But I like these basketball players don't have any more of a different schedule than a regular other teenager. They play sports more. So what's activating the growth aspect?
Maybe you're just noticing it because there are also people out in the streets every day who are getting growth spurts at that age. You don't know.
This is a thing.
Swear.
Majority of people do not grow.
What's really going on right now is Nate is trying to find a way to hate on these NBA players.
What I'm telling you, these niggas might be
hating on niggas.
It might be. It's like just like
now he say that niggas is cheating life.
Okay, just like the same way. Are y'all surprised that in wrestling they use steroids?
Okay, hold on.
It's a given. We know that.
I understand that, but there's a guy right now. There's a guy right now who's been the best player for the last 20 years, billionaire, still playing right now.
There's already suspected that LeBron might be on some
exactly. So why is his son right now struggling to get inches? Pause. This guy's barely 6'2".
What I'm saying is, when you take the HGH, it's not like it's given you. It's not like it doesn't always work, but for some people, you notice it get bigger. Even LeBron, if you check the weight from when he got into the league for his senior year to the league, a lot of players, especially the big ones, you notice it. They'll do it. It might be only the cases of some of the bigger ones where you notice maybe there's extra funding, kickback, whatever it is, but you notice these motherfuckers, whatever they're graduating at.
All right, I understand what Juno's saying. Yeah, you just hating.
Oh, I'm telling you, look at this.
Because
look at what these niggas
because it's like
look at the league. They put on like 30 pounds and they put on like 2 inches, bro.
It's like the girls who be in the gym just squatting all day, but then people see them out in the streets. She got a BBL.
But how do you get taller? How do you get taller though? Weight gain's one thing. It only happens in NBA. It don't happen in NFL. The NFL they get weight. NBA gets height and weight. How you getting the height?
NFL, they're already 4 years out of college by the time they hit the NFL.
Nate, you know about the height surgery, right?
NBA players ain't doing no height surgery. That's fucking they're not risking it. So I'm telling you, that's a conspiracy we might have cracked. Look at some of the players that you're looking at.
We didn't crack shit. We didn't crack shit.
We didn't crack nothing. We didn't crack nothing.
I'm calling it a pre-crack. Yeah. Look this up. Look at players look at their graduating rate, their high school rate, and look at their league. Look at their league rate. Look at their league. Some of these players go to college, right?
Even
and
LeBron,
by the time they graduate college, when they go to the NBA, they're a different height. So that means they're getting growth spurts in college. Come on, bro.
Why LeBron didn't even have a growth spurt? LeBron stayed the same height.
He was already a freak of nature, though.
Listen, Nate, you sound like a nigga that's under 6 feet, bro. Now,
I don't think I'm joking. This is a thing.
That's little nigga talk, bro. I'm not into that. That's little nigga talk.
There's players that got drafted, bro. There's players that got drafted as a point guard that had growth spurts and ended up playing a different position by the time they got into the league. This is a thing, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Look this up. And this is the only group of people this happens to.
I don't think it's the only group of people that happens to.
All right. There's something, I'm telling you.
Plus, it might also just be people that are into basketball also get these growth spurts.
That was my second thing. Maybe your mind knows what you want.
Yeah.
So like while you're sleeping, it's making your bones grow.
Because these kids be hooping. These kids be hooping on it.
You know how tall these look?
No, listen.
No, but it's not for everybody. It's only for the chosen ones. It's only for the chosen ones.
Short niggas, I feel like some niggas.
So what you're saying, Nate, is
taller. They really didn't believe it.
Niggas would walk around here 10 feet.
No. Niggas. So what Nate is saying is niggas in the NBA was meant to be in the NBA. They were destined to be in the NBA.
There's destined, and they're like they believed it. Them niggas ain't even those niggas like almost 7 feet. You know, it might be true.
Rodney wasn't dreaming hard enough.
I used to be short, bro. I used to play ball. I got that growth spurt. I'm telling you. It's real.
How you got a growth spurt?
I used to watch the N1 basketball games instead of third. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? 8th grade summer.
And that's what got you the growth spurt.
Nate, they got to manifest it, right?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay.
Niggas don't want it bad enough. That's why they stay short.
Manifestation, in a sense, is true.
That's what that makes sense.
Here's how it goes. Because when you want it bad enough, you start to almost like vibrate. You almost like believe it. And you basically vibrate at that level. And it's almost like when you think about something, you ever like when you speak about something, that's when you see it everywhere?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Think of the same concept. When you manifest something, you almost got to say you already have it. You believe it. You almost got to act like you're already there. And then somehow, like it's like the universe starts working in that same, it's kind of like, they call it like waves, almost like wavelength. It's working in the same vibration and it aligns and it attracts to it.
Nate, go sell that shit on Twitter, bro.
I'm just saying it.
Ain't nobody buying that shit.
Work.
Sell that shit on Twitter, bro.
I can see how manifestation works. That's all I'm saying. Because there's some people.
Manifestation definitely works. I don't want to say it works, but it doesn't hurt. If you definitely don't believe it'll happen, it won't happen.
Most shit I believe that worked, I believed it worked.
Yeah,
that's one.
And if you thought it wasn't going to work, usually it didn't work.
And then, exactly, that's another thing. So that's kind of that. What you have that now? So
man, who put them shelves up in your closet?
Oh, they're not up. They're just sitting in my rack.
Oh, I thought it was like nice shit. My bad.
That's just the box of shit.
Just stacked up to the floor, from the floor to the ceiling.
Manifesting
I've been
Nate.
box since I've been here. Though. It's been years and never did. Now I'm over here thinking I'm going to change it here to a studio altogether.
Well, nigga, you know how many rooms you said that room was gonna be? That shit was supposed to be a movie theater. That shit was supposed to be
a movie theater.
Studio. That shit's office. That shit
it's
been through.
Now.
That shit been through a lot of trauma, bro. That room been through a lot of trauma.
It's just been an office. That's it. But I'm just gonna think. I want to change it to studio/office. Where we at? Outside of me discovering the secrets in the NBA.
After all the hating on the NBA, we have recommendations, man.
You want to hate on the NBA? Why you not hating on Drake out here showing his 12 pack?
Are we still doing Drake slander?
I don't know, nigga. I just seen this recently. Right now, he just posted a picture of his 12 pack, but the people was roasting him online. You know how we do, roasting him online, talking about the R's not matching, cuz. You got them little Juno arms, and you got nigga got fucking Deontay 6-pack.
His 6-pack does look chiseled on.
I don't even. Niggas can hate all they want to. If I could get that 6-pack right now,
you got money, nigga. Yeah, what you want to do? Exactly.
Put me to sleep now. Let me get it. You can take a kidney while you at it.
The legs not matching is crazy with the 6-pack.
Yeah, that is crazy. Nothing matches. It's just the 6-pack.
I don't know if it shows. Does his leg show on that one?
Well, yeah, I'm seeing a picture, like a video of him jogging. I don't care. Let me get that.
What do y'all think of all this past week? All the craziness with your boy Jim Jones and versus Nas comment going on,
and Wale. They threw Wale in there too, though.
Well, the reason they threw Wale in there is only because of saying other artists that the people that also didn't know or they not recognized. But
I seen like a lot of 15-year-olds, like they were video, like they were scrolling down asking random 15, 16-year-olds if they knew Wale, Jim Jones, and Nas. Jim Jones was the least known guy.
That's just a smaller group, you know.
It's a small group, but that's what a sample group is. It's a sample size of a bigger
Jim Jones
group.
Was trolling the whole time, bro.
Yeah, Jim Jones was trolling. I get what he was. That's one he was trolling, but he was saying that he's bigger than Nas right now. But no. I still get what he's saying.
He's not. He's not bigger than Nas right now.
Jim Jones is a fucking idiot, bro.
He's like, he means among the youth.
What is he doing? No. What was the last thing he did that the youth would even know about besides balling?
That Harlem song. Jim Jones is an active rapper.
No, stop it. That Harlem song. I don't know what you're talking about.
That nigga from Queens, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. Listen, y'all not going to be out here trying to sully Jim's name. Jim is more known in the rap scene right now than Mace and Nas.
Nas don't even have to put music out for him to be more known than
Mace and Nas, than Mason and Cam. Don't get it twisted. These guys are now known in their other space. And when it comes to hip-hop space, Jim is a known rapper. And he's actually nice.
Jim's a known rapper in what hip-hop space?
In hip-hop now. Y'all niggas gotta take y'all old ears off.
No. Old ears? Jim Jones is older than all of us.
Yeah, but y'all old ears mean y'all stopped listening to hip-hop during our great 90s era.
The young kids decide what is popping. The young kids are not listening to Jim Jones right now.
Jim Jones has never stopped making music.
What does that mean? He makes music for old ears.
No, not true. He makes music that sounds like this era, with drill music, shit like that for these kids, and they still bop this shit.
And nobody listening to that shit, Nate.
That's not true. You don't listen to it because you don't listen. You only listen to a certain era of music.
Okay.
Jim Jones still got shit going out here. He still make rap radar playlists and shit like that.
You might be able to talk to Juno like that. You can't talk to me like that. I listen to music.
You don't listen to hip hop. Like
I listen to new hip hop frequently.
Nah, like, you can't tell me Jim Jones out here every now and then he'll catch one.
And I'm listening to curated playlists. So what the world wants to send out, that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah, they'll like listen to like New York curated one. He be on there. He be on them. They have their New York one. They have the Roddy Rebels, Jim Jones. He's an active New York artist.
Nigga, G Herbo just put out a single called fucking Fire. Hold on, Fire.
Nigga said Jim
G Herbo.
Y'all out here playing with Jim Jones.
Went legit, Big Fire.
I don't know if I heard that one yet. G Herbo, he went silent for a while.
No, you can't play it on here. You can't play it on here, nigga.
He's using the.
Swerve,
I'm trying to pause it. He's using the Drive Slow beat sample.
Yeah,
that Kanye used.
That's what I remember from. I heard it. Yeah, because you used that beat before.
Yeah. When you go on these curated like Apple playlists, Jim Jones ain't on none of them.
This is not true.
Nowhere to be seen, bro.
Y'all already
because they're posting the latest new hits for you, so you don't gotta go searching.
Spotify user. There's different type of playlists. They're like
Spotify is
there's rap Spotify. Radar. Don't say Spotify.
Niggas ain't on Spotify. Yeah, that's broke nigga shit. Niggas not
broke. So of
teenagers
the popular playlists, Rap Radar happens to be one of them, which is a popular Spotify one.
Teenagers and drug dealers use Spotify.
That's not true. It's the most popular streaming service out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of teenagers out there, a lot of drug dealers.
What I'm telling you is Jim Jones, he still be part of the youth out here. He's part of these young little boys getting a little motion out here. Don't think it.
That's crazy. It's crazy for you to say that. He's part of these young boys.
Here's the issue: is that
he's not
old rappers rapping as old rappers. They're not too cool. They just don't put out anymore.
Because if you told me about, because I know some old rappers. If you told me about that about Future, you said that about Young Thug, I'd be cool. You tell me that about even.
Yeah, Jim's part of the active rapping classes. Like those are his peers. There's some rappers that don't rap anymore. I was like, those aren't your peers. You don't even entertain anymore. You don't do shows. You're not active. You're not dropping videos. Jim Jones has been an active rapper. He's not even trash anymore.
His peers are not rapping anymore.
Jim actually is now good now. He should be trash.
I'd probably agree with that. He probably got better because I'm sure he got better. He couldn't have gotten worse.
You can get worse. some people are good at getting worse, but if you're putting enough reps in and you still stay active long enough, you'll see even the sorry ones get good. Jim's actually a decent rapper now. He's still going and he got motion out here.
This all came about with talking about Nas, bro.
He got so much motion. He got so much motion that they're putting him in a list of how many kids know if he's relevant right now or not. That's how much motion he got.
Yeah, and they're trying to
because nobody would dare throw Future. Nobody would dare throw Future in that list.
There's A-listers, there's different ones, but Jim already know what to do. Jim was basically pulling a Soulja Boy. You make a crazy claim, keep your name going in the tabloids a little bit longer. He knows to always use the program to his benefit. This is the guy that used to be part of Love and Hip Hop. He's in that money. There's these guys always know how to keep their 15 minutes of fame.
Can you name one other rapper that's been on Love and Hip Hop that's relevant right now?
Joe Budden.
As a rapper that's relevant right now.
Oh, most rappers in that era are not relevant anymore on the rap space.
I'm telling you that all of them are not relevant right now, including Jim Jones.
The rest of them are not active. Most of them are not active anymore, and people from our era, they don't even put up.
Would you say that Nas and Wale are active right now?
Nas is even more active than Wale. Nas is active in the sense because Nas is now doing he drops an album like once a year and they're getting critically acclaimed. He's doing like passion projects. So he's active, but he's not actually let me go out and do 100 tours to promote it type. He's doing shit he likes and that's it. He might sell a quick 100,000 and he's out of there. He ain't worried about the numbers, but the shit's fire. the kids probably the younger kids ain't checking for it, but if you're in the rap space, the shit, you know what I'm saying, Jim's by no means can rap as good as Nas at all. He's
I was
bugging.
if I was a 15-year-old that didn't even listen to hip hop, and somebody told me to just guess, put these people right here in the order of relevancy, I would go Nas, Wale, then Jim Jones.
If you're a 15-year-old listening to hip hop right now, you'd probably listen to Jim Jones before you listen to those other two. His music sounds more of this era. It don't sound dated or nothing.
I don't think
Wale still has to be a certain type of hit, and Nas, you already know he's always in a very specific pocket. Jim Jones still make music that.
So maybe what the kids were, maybe what the kids are trying to say was maybe this guy's trying too hard, because they wasn't asking whose music do you know. They asked, do you know these people? That's what they asked them.
But niggas have their pockets of audience, and Jim Jones is.
Niggas know Nas. Nas don't have to make an album for niggas to know Nas.
Nas was a legend at one point.
You're telling me that Jim Jones makes their type of music that they listen to right now, drill music that they listen to now, and they still don't know who this guy is.
Because they might not know the superstar.
He's reaching, and he needs to stop rapping the same way I told you these old guys need to stop rapping, but you don't want to listen. You want to tell no, they can still do it. They go sometimes
stop rapping because. Everyone has everything's fragmented now, and you can have your own pocket. If 2 Chainz had stopped rapping, 2 Chainz is the older rapper out there.
Swerve. Nate is about to turn that room into a studio.
I already know. That's why he's fighting so hard. That's why he's fighting so hard. Saying niggas need to, if you still got it, keep going.
You got me. You got
me. You got me. You got me. I'll be rapping on my spare time. I'll be dropping hot fire.
Nigga can dream.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying, nowadays there's no rules anymore, and some people are you know what I'm saying. You got 2 Chainz out here well into. Nigga, high 40 something, you know what I'm saying? I am still dropping fire albums, this, that, and the third. Rick Ross just dropped the new single this week. You know what I'm saying? The date of you having to get out, if you could still perform and you're a lyricist, why would you retire? It don't make no sense. You're getting smarter. If you're getting dumber,
those guys you talked about, but those guys you're talking about though, they never fell off.
Everyone fell off.
No,
the concept of falling off is simply you're always trying to catch up and catch another hit. As long as you can still keep rapping,
no.
At a high level.
If you have a gap that's too long, it might be too late for you to come back. No matter how good you could have dropped 5 continuous straight bangers of albums, but if you take too long to come back,
right. Every time
the wave changes and people's like, oh, we're not feeling this music no more.
And it's your job to keep hitting them till you catch one.
It might be too late for you.
Those guys,
might be too late for you.
I'm saying those guys like Jim Jones, if you're an active rapper, they just keep dropping, and then they catch one every now and then, keep dropping. They're active rappers. The older guys, they'll do that in a little bit, and they're like, I'm just going on tour. And then they just
Jim Jones didn't catch one in however many
since Ballin'.
That's not true. What I'm saying, he'll have little hit ones that are like local. He's not on a major label anymore, so he'll catch like a local one, and then it might do crazy. It might do like good numbers on Spotify. You get another little show. You get his little Love and Hip Hop money. Mix it up nowadays. All these shows nowadays.
So you're saying he's like a New York Triple J?
Because
people listening to us right now don't even know who Triple J is. If you're from Tampa, because every city has one. He's like a New York Tom G. If you're from Tampa, y'all know who Tom G is. That's who Nate is comparing Jim Jones to right now. He's hot in his city, but if you're not, he's hot in his city. But if you're from another city, you probably won't even hear his music.
Jim Jones is like the level of like the Locks.
These hits you're talking about though that he's been putting out, they've never reached my ears.
Yeah, because you guys no longer consume new music.
No, I'm telling you, I consume new music. I listen to the radio. I listen to curated playlists.
The radio is the last place you can get new music. That's superstars. There's so much music
exactly. There you go. That's the key word.
Yeah, but that's what
he ain't there.
He's not a superstar, sure.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be a superstar anymore nowadays to be paid to get rich and to make a living off hip hop.
You're right, but that wasn't the question that was posed. The question that was posed was who is more relevant? Who do you know from these three guys? It had nothing to do with music. Jim Jones is not that guy right now.
He's not known in the hip hop space though. And the only reason we know Nas is bigger than the hip hop space. Nas is rich through his investments now, but they can try to make it seem like it's hip hop.
So his investments is the only reason we know Nas. That's what you're saying.
Man, we haven't cared about Nas since the beef with Jay-Z.
That's not what I'm asking.
What I'm saying is after that, he had kind of like twinkled back down to the same. After that, when he became like an investment mogul, like he's huge now, now he gets to put out music for fun. Now he's getting Grammys on the back end because he just puts out. Now he gets to be a full-time artist because he's so rich in real life now. Now he's a mogul and he just comes out. He gets to just be the Don Nas that he is. So he's in that space, but he's not in the let me go do interviews. Let me try that. He's not in the. The nigga's really just dropping art and keeping it moving.
Yeah, he's
the
never been.
Kids ain't really checking in the Nas.
All the mogul shit you talking right now is cool, but he's never been known for anything but music. Nobody's ever saying, "Oh yeah, Nas the mogul, the tech mogul or whatever." They say Nas the rapper.
That's not
even when he was making, even if he's made most of his.
It's because the rap era that he blew up in, he got rich off kids that was in his era. When they became moguls, they put him on like Ring. People that grew up on him when they became rich. They put him on the board and shit like that. So he got rich off of his hype through music.
Let me ask you about
music that he gets to choose to.
That nigga Nate been hating all fucking day.
Yeah. What do you think Ludacris is known for, Nate?
Ludacris depends on which era that hears him. Some people don't even know Ludacris is a rapper. Some people only know him from Fast and Furious.
It doesn't, and he's been in a lot of movies. He's done a lot of albums. A lot of people might know him from
Will Smith for. Some people only know Will Smith for acting.
Exactly.
Some people don't even know him as a rapper.
And Nas has been in a lot of endeavors, but we only know him for rapping.
Our era, sure.
Everybody. The rapper Nas.
Everybody.
Nobody's saying the tech mogul, the liquor guy, even though he does these things.
The little kids that might know Nas was rapping,
they know.
Heard of a Nas
they know.
Song.
They know. Even some of the kids in that interview, they was like, "Yeah, we know. I don't know Nas songs, but I know of him. I've heard of him."
Nas is a rapper.
Niggas ain't never heard of Jim Jones.
Jim is bugging, you know.
They say Jim who?
Jim was bugging. He pulled a Soldier Boy. You know, you gotta make a crazy claim. You know what I'm saying, and try to stand on it. I don't think he was out here ODing. You know, like how to. You seen your boys this past week, the clips. Pusha T out here. He was on Travis Scott's TED Talk.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about how Travis Scott, you know, is kind of like playing both sides. Like,
you talking about during the.
Yeah, and he didn't respect Travis Scott. He don't really how he fell out with Kanye West. I feel like Pusha really be trying to, you know. I feel like some of this should be clout chasing.
He got this like super street code, like he's like
I respect it, but like
niggas around him is not.
No, even if that were true, who are you using that code with? Like
that's what I'm saying. Niggas around him is not expecting that code, but he's still respecting that code.
Even if niggas around him were respecting it, but who is it? You're using this code against these super suburban musician kids that you're applying these rules to. You know what I'm saying? That's one. It's just a thing that I don't understand. What does he expect from Kanye or anything like that?
He doesn't expect nothing from Kanye. He said that his way of thinking, he doesn't expect people to have his way of thinking. So he kind of just separates himself from Kanye.
That's that shit that blows my blood. I'd be on X when niggas say that shit. Because niggas always want to have like that, this little, especially, I blame kind of Kendrick because of this.
Sometimes you got to do it.
That nigga Kendrick do have niggas walk around this little bit of thing that they say, oh, you wouldn't get it, you know, y'all not like us. They have this little trope that they try to say. Like,
you know who's the inventor of that? Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates once said, if you owe me money and you gaining weight, that's a sign of disrespect.
Yeah. The hood always got some shit.
Then he proceeded to say, most people don't look at it like that.
Yeah, you see, yeah. Most people don't look at it like that. But he's cool with it.
Yeah. But it don't
He
make no
understands.
sense.
He understands that everybody don't think the way he thinks. The way he thinks is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Exactly.
But when you say shit in the hood, sometime in the hood you're not dealing with rational people. I realize that sometimes the hood just make up their own rules and they just want us to all go with it.
He's going back to bashing black people.
That nigga Push said.
Listen,
That nigga Push said, everybody can't be a tough guy, but that doesn't mean you can't be my friend. I just know that if I'm going to the mall and you're not a tough guy, you're not going to be able to fight if something goes down. And usually I go to the mall, something's going to go down. You can't come to the mall with me. That don't mean we're not. That don't mean we're not. That don't mean we're not friends. It's just you can't come to the mall with me because if something goes down, you don't fight and I'm fighting, then we can't be friends no more. And I don't want to lose you. And I don't want to lose you as a friend.
I respect that. We used to move like that. That makes sense. But at the same time, like you're dealing with musicians. Cut it out.
Yeah, Pusha T to shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Like cut it out, nigga. You fit.
Yeah, you done moved into another world. This world is not that world.
And what I hate is he act like Kanye is that much different than Pharrell. If you see these niggas' pictures when they were with their friends, they all look like they wore a bunch of fruitcakes. Niggas with gator boots on and strange shirts and colored.
I remember seeing Pharrell and saying, "Man, this guy has not aged." And then one day,
doesn't age.
But then at one time, like maybe a couple years ago, maybe around COVID time, I saw him and I was like, "Damn, this nigga got hit like a ton of bricks." Yeah, he aged dramatically. But then I saw him again just the other day at the Louis Vuitton show. This nigga he done snapped back again.
Botox.
That Illuminati vampire blood goes a long way.
That's what I'm saying. It might be some Botox or some Illuminati shit.
It's Botox.
Combination.
It might be Illuminati. With all that Louis Vuitton connect and all that shit Pharrell being.
Yeah, that Louis Vuitton. I don't know what they got going over there.
So
they killed my dog Virgil.
R.I.P.
But he's very much that space, that very much high society, Paris space, fashion, Vogue space, all that stuff. He act like he don't deal with all these fake people all the fucking time to be acting like all these street rule shit. That like you dealing with some of the fakest people in the world. You dealing with Vogue. You got niggas acting like their whole females in front of you. You know how to keep your composure. You can't get around niggas. Shit don't make no sense.
But you got smoke for Kanye though.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, y'all niggas, y'all faking. Kanye might be the realest nigga y'all know.
The realest nigga y'all know.
Because I know, and then on top of that, he ain't willing to call out none of the people Kanye's willing to call out. They too busy on y'all making the block out. They still worried about profits.
What recommendations y'all niggas got for this week?
What did I watch? I watched something good.
Oh, I got a recommendation before. It's 4th of July coming up. Publix has ribs. Buy one, get one free slabs. 4th of July is right around the corner. Y'all better jump on it. If you live in Florida or have a Publix, slab. Buy one, get one.
Pork on my fork. I was just about to say,
no pork on my fork.
The Honorable Muhammad wouldn't like such things.
Allah
Akbar. You just saying random names now. You don't even know who that is. Allah Akbar.
Yeah, we ain't giving up that bacon.
Muhammad Ali. Kareem Abdul.
I plan on giving up pork one day though. Only because the animal's smart, not because y'all Bibles.
Because you say because the pork is smart.
Yeah, because the actual animal is smart.
So you don't eat smart animals. So so cows aren't smart?
Nah, niggas is dumb.
So what makes you think that pigs are smart?
Oh, pigs are as smart as dogs.
They also eat shit. They can't be that smart.
They're just efficient. I hate the fact that that's the only excuse that we got on pigs.
That's not efficient.
To me, the animal that can eat anything, that's the most efficient animal.
Give your recommendations, niggas. I ain't about to go down the rabbit hole with y'all niggas.
You know how we do. You know how we do. Tangent time.
I was very passionate about this one. I was about to come up, but the pig gets too much disrespect. So I'll save it for next time.
Efficient. They're not really efficient because they're eating all the trash and they're not getting rid of the toxins. So it's not really efficient. But go ahead, y'all. You got it.
If you grew up poor, you hate throwing away food. I always wish I had something I could just give the waste over to. If a pig would be perfect.
Or you could just throw it away.
But that's wasteful. What I'm saying, I feel like I'm not wasting anything. It's going back to another animal that's eating it. It's sustainable.
Then what you do with the pig after you get that bitch fat as fuck? What you do?
You don't have to eat the pig. You gotta eat that pig. It just does for waste.
You gotta kill it and eat it. Bacon, nigga.
Yeah, if you're still
eating all the toxins that it's been eating, all the trash it's been eating.
What? We eat all sorts of crap.
I'm not. I eat pig. There ain't no problem. There's a lot of crazy things I eat, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, there's the only reason we don't eat humans is because, and even then, I think there might be a reason you could actually make an excuse to eat humans.
I just think it's psychological. It's the same reason why chickens don't eat chicken knowingly. Lions don't eat lions. A lion will kill another lion but won't eat it.
But pig can eat a pig.
Real fast. All the animals are programmed. They don't eat each other. If they're starving, they'll eat.
No, pig will eat a pig.
If he don't know any better, sometimes.
That's the thing. He don't know no better. He just eat whatever in his mouth.
I don't think a pig will eat a pig. Okay. I know chickens, when they're in the barn, when they're in confinement, that's not natural. Lock an animal up to do what it's doing.
I'm telling you, a pig will eat a pig.
Do you mean like a whole pig, or like if I cut up some pig meat? If I cut up some pig meat, he don't know. Yeah, if I cut up some bacon, I throw it in there. He was like, smell good. It smell like bacon. You know who's gonna turn down bacon?
Who will turn that down?
Anybody gonna turn down bacon? I don't have no recommendation. My recommendation is go check out that trash ass playlist Nate made, and let us know how trash it is.
It'll be in the description.
Pick your 4 favorite songs and let me know how you like my.
Giving them a fire win mix. Yeah,
pick your 4 favorite songs and let me know how great I did with my 4 choices.
What about you, Judo?
I already gave my recommendation, nigga.
I don't know if I gave a recommendation. My recommendation will be. I don't know if I have anything for this week.
And go watch the WNBA. Y'all support my girl Angel Reese.
I got time for that shit. What I got?
Niggas be hating on Angel Reese out here.
All right, folks. Y'all know what to do. Hit us up on That's Absurd on Instagram. That's Absurd on. Oh Lord, I fucked it up.
Damn, God. All right, let's do this again. All right, folks. Y'all know what to do. Hit us up on. That's the only part I know.
Hit us up on That's the Sir Pod on Instagram, That's the Sir Pod on Twitter, That's the Sir Podcast on Facebook, and you can always drop an email at That's the Sir Podcast at gmail.com, and you know the voice line is always open. All you gotta do is go through the show notes, look through them, and say you'll see leave message here. Click on that link, and you drop that voice note. And with that, we are out.
Oh yeah.